We wake up every morning expecting normalcy. The routines are smooth, the bills are paid, the kids are laughing, and everything feels solid. But what if that foundation cracks?
Okay, let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive today into a concept our source material calls the affluent trap. And this one might feel a little uncomfortable because, if you're listening, you probably earn good money, you've got decent savings.
Right.
But for some reason, your net worth profile looks less like a climb and more like, well, a flat line on a heart monitor.
And what's so fascinating is that this isn't about failing to make money. It's a failure of strategy.
A failure of strategy.
Exactly. We're going to expose 5 toxic mindsets that disguise themselves as safe habits, but are actively, blocking wealth.
And it's so easy to fall into these. I bet most people are guilty of at least 3.
Oh, easily.
So let's start with the first one. We've called it the cult of cheapness.
Yes. This is when you measure your success by the dollars you save, not the dollars you earn or the value you create.
It's that scarcity mindset, right? Like spending 3 hours driving all over town just to save $5 on gas.
But hang on, isn't some frugality a good thing? I mean, especially when you're starting out. When does being cheap actually become harmful?
It becomes harmful the second you ignore the macro loss. The loss of your most valuable asset, your time.
Okay, break that down.
Well, let's just run the numbers. If your time is worth, say, $100 an hour.
Which is a conservative estimate for many professionals.
Right. And you spend 3 hours to save $5, you've effectively paid $295 for that savings.
Ouch. So the key is to delegate those $20 an hour tasks and just focus on the high leverage stuff.
Exactly. Which, brings us to the next trap, which is almost the opposite problem. The skill chase game.
Ah, yes. The endless hunt for the next certification, the next online course.
It feels like progress, but it's really just a form of analysis paralysis. You're confusing preparation with actually doing something.
And the ROI on this is just terrible. I mean, the sources are clear. Your return on a skill peaks at about 80% competency.
So that last 20%.
The last 20% of mastery consumes 80% of your effort for just, marginal returns. It's so much better to launch something at 80% perfect and get real-world feedback.
We all know that person with a dozen LinkedIn certifications who still hasn't launched their project.
And that ties right into another blocker, the high-interest debt narrative.
And we're not just talking about credit cards here.
No, not at all. This is debt for consumption, for lifestyle. That $80,000 truck that just sits in the driveway 95% of the time.
So what's the mathematical trap there?
Look, it's a commitment to going backward. If that truck depreciates at, say, 15% a year, and your loan is 7%, you are guaranteed to be hemorrhaging 22% of its value every single year.
So debt should only be used for leverage.
Only for leverage. To create income. If it doesn't make you money, it just makes you a slave to the payments.
Okay, this next one I think is the one that holds the most people back. It's believing your salary is your cap.
The golden handcuffs. That secure, predictable paycheck feels safe, but it just strangles any real entrepreneurial ambition.
It's just a number confirming what you're worth to someone else.
And the only way to break that ceiling is to detach your income from your time. You need multiple engines.
A chaos engine.
You need a chaos engine. That's what our research calls it. A side venture that, if it works, could replace your entire salary. You trade predictability for potential.
And that leads perfectly to the final trap, the ultimate paralysis, waiting for the perfect moment.
This one is painful. I'll start investing when the market dips, or I just need to save up $10,000 first.
It's waiting for stability that never arrives.
It's a myth. It's a total myth invented by the insecure. In finance, perfection is the absolute enemy of profit. Missing of the first 5 years of compound interest because you are waiting, it is mathematically catastrophic.
Time in the market.
It always beats time in the market. Always.
So to wrap this up, what's the takeaway for you? It's stop being cheap with your time. Apply the skills you have now.
Use debt only for assets that produce income.
And most importantly, start building those multiple income streams urgently.
So the final thought is this. What calculated risk, what necessary discomfort are you avoiding right now? What one messy, imperfect chaos engine could you start building today to finally break free from that net worth flatline?
We wake up every morning expecting normalcy. The routines are smooth, the bills are paid, the kids are laughing, and everything feels solid. But what if that foundation cracks? What if the unexpected emergency hits? The job loss, the major illness, the disaster you never saw coming. We often cling to the comforting lie that it won't happen to me. But that assumption isn't safety, it's a gamble. If you haven't planned for the worst, you are betting your family's entire future on sheer blind luck. Stop gambling with what matters most. It's not about dwelling on fear, it's about taking control. Start building a guaranteed safety net today. Protect their future. Start planning now. Picture this. Your sunset years in Kenya, are they filled with worry or absolute peace? In today's economy, relying solely on NSSF or basic bank savings simply isn't enough. Inflation and rising costs mean we need a bigger, smarter plan for retirement security. That's where strategic, consistent savings come in. Start small, stay disciplined. Utilize local vehicles like M-Pesa investment platforms, high-yield SACCOs, or vetted unit trusts. But for true long-term peace of mind, you must pair these efforts with life assurance investments. This isn't just protection for your family today. Many comprehensive policies offer endowment or investment components that mature into substantial retirement funds tomorrow. It's powerful dual security, mitigating unforeseen risk while actively growing your wealth, often with favorable tax treatment. Don't wait until retirement is visible on the horizon. The best time to plant a retirement tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Invest wisely in your Kenyan future.